Misrepresentation. A false statement or concealment of a material fact with the intention of inducing some action by another party. Real estate condition report. Provides a seller with an opportunity to disclose known defects about a property. It also gives a listing firm the opportunity to discuss with the seller any property issues that the seller can address before advertising the property. Lead-based paint hazard. Target housing. Any housing constructed prior to 1978. Zero-bedroom dwelling. Any residential dwelling in which the living area is not separated from the sleeping area. Underground storage tanks. These store fuel or heating oil for residential or consumptive use. Asbestos. A naturally occurring mineral found in soil and rock in some areas of the United States. Inhalation of fibers is the method of exposure that is most likely to cause adverse health effects for people. Radon. A cancer-causing, radioactive colorless gas. Mold. A type of fungus that sprouts from tiny spores that float about in the air. Adverse fact. Latent defect. A property defect which is known by the seller and is not discoverable by an ordinary inspection of the property by an agent or the buyer. Lead poisoning. An illness caused by a toxic mineral which may be found in the home in paint or water pipes. Puffing. The common practice of exaggerating a property's benefits in advertising. Stigmatized property. A property defect which is more psychological than material. Dwellings. Any building or part of a building designed for occupancy as a residence by one or more families. Steering. Falsely representing that housing is unavailable for inspection, rental, or sale. Blockbusting. Inducing or attempting to induce a person to sell or rent housing by representations regarding the present or prospective entry into the neighborhood of a person of a particular economic status or a member of a protected class. Race. A person's membership in a group possessing characteristics and traits transmitted by descent. Color. A person's skin color. Religion. A person's religious or spiritual beliefs, practices, or denominational affiliations. Status as a victim of domestic abuse, sexual assault, or stalking. Is or is believed to be a victim of domestic abuse, sexual assault, or stalking. Sex. Gender. Familial status. The presence of children under age 18 in the household. Disability. A physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. Ancestry. A person's ethics background. Age. Any person at least 18 years of age. Sexual orientation. Preferring heterosexuality, homosexuality, or bisexuality, have a history of such a preference, or being identified with such a preference. Marital status. A person is single, married, divorced, separated, or widowed. Lawful source of income. The source of a person's income that is legal. Status as a victim of domestic abuse, sexual assault, or stalking. Is or is believed to be a victim of domestic abuse, sexual assault, or stalking. Americans with Disabilities Act. A federal law designed to eliminate discrimination against individuals with disabilities by mandating equal access to jobs, public accommodations, government services, public transportation, and telecommunications. Target housing. Housing constructed prior to 1978, which under the lead-based paint disclosure law requires a lead-based paint addendum included with the offer to purchase. The exemptions to this law include housing for the elderly, housing for the disabled, or zero-bedroom dwellings. Dwellings. Any building or part of the building designed for occupancy as a residence by one or more families. Steering. Falsely representing that housing is unavailable for inspection, rental, or sale. Steering. Falsely representing that housing is unavailable for inspection, rental, or sale. Blockbusting. Inducing or attempting to induce a person to sell or rent housing by representations regarding the present or prospective entry into the